Have you been denied service connection by the Department of Veterans Affairs for a claim condition that you submitted? Stick around and I'll explain what happens next and what are some of your options. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Dwayne Kimball, owner and founder of KMD89 VA Claims Consulting and also United States Army veteran. So today's video, today I'm going to be discussing if you were denied for service connection by the Department of Veterans Affairs and you received that rating decision saying not service connected, I know you were frustrated and confused on what happens next and what are some of your options, and maybe even more confused about what are some of the criteria for those options, okay? So I'm going to share with you today what your options are and talk about each one just a little bit, okay? Now, I always tell veterans, hey, when you receive that rating decision in the mail, read it once, read it twice, sometimes read it 3 times so you can understand why they actually denied you, okay? Veterans just see, been denied, first thing they think about, I'm doing a high-level review. And they don't even take the time to educate themselves as to why they were denied, okay? So towards the end of this video, I'm going to link another video that I did, notification letter versus the rating decision. So you understand when you get that packet in the mail, which one you're looking for, okay? So today's video, first slide number 1. Here in slide number 1, this is a screenshot from what is called a notification letter, okay? Now, when you receive that packet in the mail, you're gonna have the notification letter and you're gonna have the rating decision. So as I stated earlier, at the end of this video, I'm gonna link the other video I did showing the difference between, or how to recognize which one is the notification letter and which one is the rating decision, okay? So this is the notification letter, and this is the section that states what you should do if you disagree with our decision, okay? So they go on to say the first option that they give you, okay, is a supplemental claim. They even tell you the form for a supplemental claim. One mistake veterans make when they look at these forms, there are specific instructions on these forms, and they don't follow those instructions. So for a supplemental claim, VA Form 20-0995, you need new and relevant evidence to go along with that form. What is new and relevant evidence? New evidence is evidence that was not part of your VA claims file when that decision was adjudicated, okay? So you have to get new evidence. Relevant evidence. Relevant means mainly pertaining to what you're claiming, okay? So let's just say you got denied service connection for a back condition, okay? And you submit an audiogram, an audio test that you did. Now, that is new, but it's not relevant to their back condition. Now, one thing that I did back when they denied me service connection, it was called newer material evidence, okay? But a little bit of the same. But what I did was I went to my local urgent care. You probably heard me talk about this in some of my other videos. My local urgent care, walked in, complained about low back pain. They gave me a progress note. When I left, I resubmitted my claim with that new and relevant evidence. They denied the back condition. I had evidence showing recent treatment that was not part of my claims folder when they adjudicated my claim. So that's new and relevant evidence, okay? High-level review, VA Form 20-0996. Again, on this form, it has instructions. You must read and educate yourself on these instructions that's in this form. That is key, okay? And what I mean by that, if you're doing a 20-0996 high level review, one, I always tell veterans, go back and look at some of my videos where I talk about high level review, how to win a high level review. I'll even link one of them to the end of this video, high level review, how do you win it? I've actually interviewed an Army officer that explained how she was able to win her high level review based on watching some of my videos, okay? But high level review, the 0996, when you submit this form, you can submit evidence, but they will not take it into consideration. Years ago, they would. Now they don't. They're only looking at the evidence. They only will consider the evidence that was of record when that claim was adjudicated by the rating activity, RBSR and or rating specialist, okay? So a lot of veterans try to sneak it in there, may get, maybe fall through the cracks or whatever. They could look at it. Now, if you elect to have an informal conference and that decision review officer says, hey, send me something, then that's different, okay? Because then they're asking you for that information. A lot of veterans ask me, what is the time frame? There's no set time frame to get a decision back on a high level review. I've seen some take about a month. I've seen some take about 2 months. Now, a lot of veterans say, oh, that's a long time. Years ago, when I first started my claim, back when they called it appeals, you could be waiting 4 or 5 years. So a couple of months, trust me, compared to years ago, is not a long time. Now, the last one, appeal to a Veterans Appeal Board, also known as BVA, okay? They give you the form, VA form 10182, decision review request, Board of Appeal. Again, this form has instructions on there as well. They ask you, do you want to fly to DC? Do you want to see a traveling judge? They give you some options, okay? But at the end of the day, you have to understand and educate yourself on what you should do if you disagree with their decision. And once you make that decision to do a supplemental claim, high level review, appeal, the Board of Veterans Appeals, understand what's on that form. Not only understand that process, understand and educate yourself what's on those particular forms before you even submit it. Okay, so looking back at that notification letter, the supplemental high level review, Board of Appeals. Now, it wasn't called supplemental claims, they were called reconsiderations at the time, but pretty much the same idea, right? I did a few of those. I did one appeal. And in another video I talk about that I did early on when I started my YouTube channel, I talked about going in and sitting down and speaking with the decision review officer by video conferencing and how I was able to win that. Now, it goes back to something that I have been challenging veterans on for months. Requesting, submitting that FOIA request or Privacy Act request to get a copy of that claims file. No matter which option you select, supplemental, high level review, Board of Veterans Appeals, you have to have full transparency. How do you do that? You get a copy of your claims folder. You want to see exactly what they're looking at. That way, you can build your case and can help you win that appeal or the supplemental claim, whichever one that you choose. But keep in mind, one, the education, the claims file, I think that should be a standard criteria of every veteran to already have that in their arsenal. One thing that I did, everything that I sent the VA, everything that the VA sent me, I kept a copy. I had originally requested some of my medical records from service before I turned around and submitted and got a request for my entire claims folder years later. But just by having that information, that helped me win my appeal because I had full transparency, okay? So again, don't forget those three options that the VA gives you if your claim is denied: supplemental, high level review, or BVA. You go before a judge, or a judge will look at your case. All right? So with that being said, make sure you like, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button, and always share this video with your fellow veterans. Thank you.